Iranian and U.S. news often cover the same events, but they use different, even contradictory language.
Using gunboat diplomacy.
Sabotage, bombing, assassination,
disappearance,
kidnapping,
grandmother
accused of spying,
nuclear weapons programs,
peaceful nuclear activities.
Next on Global Pulse. 2007 has been a bad year for U.S.-Iran relations, and the recent talks on Iraq's security proved fruitless. Here's a look at reports from Iran's state-sponsored news broadcasts and U.S. network news programs. 2007 began with the U.S. arresting 5 Iranians in Iraq.
The military said today the Iranians it detained in Iraq last week are linked to Iran's Revolutionary Guard. Iran claims they are diplomats and demands their release.
In February, threats led to actions.
The administration's presentation comes amid growing concern, illustrated by the current Newsweek magazine cover, that the United States is inching toward a confrontation with Iran. The Democrats say the administration is using gunboat diplomacy, sending a second aircraft carrier group to the Persian Gulf.
The Islamic Revolution leader says Iranians are determined to answer any possible aggression by the enemy. Unsuccessfully test-fired anti-warship missiles Thursday. The SSN-4 cruise missiles hit their intended target 300 kilometers off the Sea of Oman and the north of the Indian Ocean.
Between May and July, things heated up considerably.
Well, Vice President Cheney stood on an aircraft carrier 150 miles off the coast of Iran today to deliver a blunt message. We will stand with others to prevent Iran from gaining nuclear weapons and dominating this region.
Senator Joe Lieberman of Connecticut accused Iran of having launched an undeclared war against the United States.
I think it's time for them to understand that we're prepared to take military action to knock out the bases at which they're training these killers.
U.S. President George W. Bush has authorized the Central Intelligence Agency to launch operations meant to destabilize Iran. The green light allows the CIA to undertake operations against the Tehran government, including coordinated advertising, dissemination of false information, and counterfeiting the Iranian currency, as well as monetary and financial transactions.
The officials say President Bush gave his approval with the formal signing of a presidential finding, a secret document that authorized the CIA to act against Iran. Officials say the CIA plan takes the place of proposed U.S. military action against Iran, reportedly advocated by Vice President Cheney.
Foreign Minister Manouchehr Mottaki on Tuesday warned the U.S. against prolonged detention of 5 Iranian diplomats in Iraq, saying Tehran will make Washington regret the illegal act.
As if relations between the U.S. and Iran could not get any worse, as many as 5 Americans, 4 of them holding dual U.S.-Iranian citizenship, have been imprisoned or detained by Iran in recent weeks.
Hala Esfandiari is an unlikely prisoner, a 67-year-old scholar shown here with her grandkids in Maryland. She is now locked inside Tehran's Evin prison. Iranian authorities accuse Esfandiari and her employer, the Woodrow Wilson Center, of trying to use, quote, soft power to overthrow the government.
Moving on to the spies in Iran, Hala Esfandiari has been formally accused by the Intelligence Ministry of acting against the security of the country through propaganda and espionage for foreigners.
But then, a ray of hope.
Iran says it is ready for talks with Washington over Iraq security,
amounting to less than 0.
The Iran foreign minister denies U.S. accusation of arming militant forces in Iraq.
We condemn terrorist operations, which are meant to divide Iraq. However, the U.S. has to have a plan to withdraw from Iraq and to stop their flawed policies. This is what we've tried to explain to them in this second round of talks.
U.S. and Iranian ambassadors engaged in several heated exchanges over 7 hours of meetings. The Bush administration has charged for months that the Quds Force, an elite unit of Iran's Revolutionary Guard Corps, has been training and arming extremist Islamic fighters in Iraq, Lebanon, and the Gaza Strip. Crocker said he told the Iranians all that has to stop and delivered this threat if it does not.
Quds Force officers and their surrogates are not going to be safe in Iraq.
This program is brought to you by Link TV for educational and non-commercial use only. Link TV is the only US network dedicated to global and national news, uncompromising documentaries, and diverse cultural programs. Programs which connect you to the world.